Hey everyone, this is my problem solving video. I plan on using this for my Algebra Concepts group. Just a little background on that. It is a class where students were identified by their 8th grade teacher or caseworker that they would benefit from a smaller hands-on learning experience, and I also team teach that with a special education teacher. The first thing, the lesson objective here is to introduce XY tables, scatter plots, and tools for organizing and making predictions. Students will learn the importance of scaling, and we're going to talk about independent and dependent variables. I've changed the activity just slightly by not giving them all of the data, what data they need to collect. So they will be incorporating a few more problem-solving strategies. Again, this is adapted from College Preparatory Math in the Algebra Connections series. So at this point in the year, we have not talked about slope and y-intercept. They are just learning about collecting data. And what they are given in this problem is a situation where they have to figure out whether or not a ride is safe. So the information is given to them as that potentially this ride is unsafe, and that one piece of information is that the closest the ceiling comes to the seat of the roller coaster is 200 centimeters. And then we just need to try to figure out if the ride is safe. And so the first part of this is trying to problem solve, what is it that we really need to collect? What's the problem about? What is it asking you to do? What information can help you answer this question? And how can you get the information you need? So a lot of CPM's textbook problems are problem-based, and then they give them these discussion points, which kind of is like our heuristics that we've been studying. So one way to determine whether the roller coaster is safe is to collect and analyze data. So this is the part where I've added the open-endedness. Students will need to figure out what data they will need to collect and how they're going to collect that, and then how we would use the data to solve the problem. Once they figure out that they need to measure a person's height and how much their reach is, which is from the bottom of when sitting in the roller coaster to the tip of their arms when it's raised over the head. They collect that data, and then we go to, first of all, plotting this on a scale that might not necessarily be the right one, but we want to see where's the important information. So the focus of this problem is to choose a scale that might not start from 0, but best shows the trend of the data. At this point, we talk about average height and how is this related to pick a scale and represent our data, but helps us determine whether the ride is safe or not. Students then make their own graphs, appropriate scales, and plot the class data. We then further that, how will we know if the ride is really safe? Come up with that idea of the trend line, and we look at that maximum amount of that height being 200. And then we maybe add an extra piece of data in there. Yao Ming, most of the kids actually didn't know who he was, but he's very tall, and we plotted him on that data. I also talked about a couple of the other taller people in the world, Robert Wadlow and a gentleman here from Minnesota that recently died. Later on, the extension problem is we take this and we talk about how the calculator uses line of best fit to come up with the equation of the line. And so later on in Chapter 7, we're going to look at that. We again have this activity kind of laid out for them. And that is basically the end of my example. The kids really like this activity because it's hands-on, and it allows them to really think about how data can actually be used when we're maybe outside the math classroom. All right, thanks. Bye.